What if I told you that one of the most reliable wide receivers of the past decade is still out there on the market, while the reigning NFL champions are dealing with a ton of uncertainty on offense? That's right, Amari Cooper's name has surfaced as a potential addition for the Chiefs, and the idea actually makes more sense than it sounds. And to make things even worse for fans, a battle that once promised to be historic Mahomes versus Rodgers is now nothing more than a what if in NFL history. Interested? Hit that like button and let's break it down. Amari Cooper is still a free agent, and with July just around the corner, the veteran wide receiver remains unsigned. After splitting the 2024 season between the Browns and Bills, it wasn't exactly his best year, just 44 catches, 547 yards, and 4 touchdowns across 14 games. Not terrible, but far from the standard of one of the most consistent receivers of the last decade. The big question is he truly declining, or was it just that wrist injury that limited his impact? Let's not forget Cooper had over 1,200 receiving yards in 2023 with Deshaun Watson and Joe Flacco throwing to him. So yeah, there's still gas in the tank, and according to the folks at Bleacher Report, one team makes perfect sense as a landing spot right now: the Kansas City Chiefs. Here's the logic: the Chiefs wide receiver room is basically a game of Russian roulette. Rashee Rice has talent, but is coming off a serious injury and may face suspension due to off-field issues. First-round rookie Xavier Worthy is explosive and promising, but let's be honest, rookies are always a gamble. And Marquise Hollywood Brown, he hasn't had more than 710 yards in a season since 2021, despite being a deep threat speedster. In other words, Mahomes may be surrounded by raw talent, but what he's missing is that veteran receiver who brings confidence, production, and experience, exactly what Amari Cooper can provide. He might not hit 2,200 yards again, but as a WR2 or WR3 in a Mahomes-led offense, he could be that stabilizing force this boom or bust group desperately needs. So if the Chiefs want to lock in a safe option in case the young guns don't deliver, Cooper is right there ready to suit up in red and white and help chase that three-peat. Do you think Amari Cooper would be a good fit in Kansas City? Drop a comment, because the next story might frustrate you even more with what fate robbed from football fans. If you're an NFL fan who still dreamed of seeing Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers face off on the same field in a real showdown, it's time to let that dream go. That titanic clash, which once seemed inevitable, just isn't going to happen, and now that Rodgers has confirmed 2025 will be his final ride, that dream is basically science fiction. Rodgers was clear on the Pat McAfee show this week, saying that his one-year contract with the Steelers is all he needs. It's the final chapter of a heavyweight career, and his numbers speak for themselves. 480 touchdowns, nearly 60,000 passing yards, 4 MVPs, and 1 Super Bowl ring. Love him or hate him, the guy's a legend, and his spot in Canton is already booked for 2030. On the other side, Mahomes hasn't just carried the torch for the new generation, he's already passed up many of the old guard. The man has 3 Super Bowl rings, 3 Super Bowl MVPs, and a resume that looks like it came from a video game. Putting these two giants head to head would have been a gift to fans, but the universe clearly had other plans. We had 3 real chances. In 2019, Mahomes was injured and Matt Moore faced Rodgers instead. In 2021, Rodgers was out with COVID and Jordan Love went up against Mahomes. The third shot in 2023 was supposed to be epic Chiefs visiting the Jets on Sunday Night Football, but Rodgers tore his Achilles after just 4 snaps. The result? Mahomes versus Zach Wilson, who, ironically, played like Rodgers that night. Now, in 2025, the Chiefs don't even face the Steelers in the regular season. The only hope would be a miracle postseason matchup, with both teams healthy and winning their way to the same field. But let's be real, that's a long shot. In the end, Mahomes versus Rodgers became that blockbuster movie that never got made. A clash that had all the ingredients to be legendary, but fate decided to keep it as an urban myth. Cooper to the Chiefs could be that surgical piece the offense needs. But Mahomes versus Rodgers, that battle became a legend without ever happening. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates about your team.